I'm time traveling. I'm not just time traveling. I'm time traveling to myself in different points of time, specifically at moments when I am in an expanded state of consciousness, meaning when I am awake and aware in an out-of-body state. I have no idea why I'm doing this. I'm doing this video because I have no idea why I'm doing this. Well, I have a little bit of an idea. There's always a little bit of an idea, but the great bulk of why I'm doing this is not impacting me yet. So I'm just going to talk about this for a bit. The first time this ever happened in my full knowing, I was 7 years old. So as a 7-year-old, I am in an out-of-body experience. I'm standing outside my house, outside my bedroom window, looking in my bedroom window at my 7-year-old self, when behind me, someone is there and someone places their hand on my left shoulder. And I look down at my shoulder to see the hand, and it's an extremely old hand. Extremely aged hand, with all of the markings that come with age. And I had never seen anything like this as a 7-year-old. And the idea of age is not something that I was having much in my awareness at that point. So I'm not really understanding the hand. I'm not understanding the age marks. I'm not understanding the wrinkles. I'm not understanding the arthritic joints or any of this. And slowly I just start turning. And as I'm turning, I'm knowing that this is me. I must have been over 100 years old, my goodness. By the looks of the hand, I could have been hundreds of years old. I don't know. But it was me, as a much older version of me, coming to my 7-year-old self. And I took the hand in my hand, and I was looking at the difference between my hand and that hand, and getting the idea, of age, of time. And just sort of letting this sink in as I shift out of the experience and back into my body, without ever getting a full look at myself at the older age. All of this, I suspect, was to begin instilling in me the sense of time, but also the sense that I might be around for some time, which is a whole nother story in itself, because I don't feel I usually am. So that was the first time. So the important thing to mention is that I am aware from both points. So the point of my 7-year-old self, I am aware, and again in an out-of-body state, having this experience, and I'm also aware as the much older version of me who came to the 7-year-old me. Why? Why am I choosing these points in time where I'm aware? I'm not just visiting myself. I'm visiting myself in an aware state from an aware state. Now, this has happened a couple times just in the last few weeks, and so I'm not going to go into all of the times I visited myself. I'll just come forward now to the two that have just recently occurred. In the first one, it's early in the morning here in my physical space. It's right here in this house, right here in this bedroom. And it's about 7 a.m. and I'm doing some data recovery when all of a sudden I am point consciousness standing at the doorway of my room looking in. I'm looking in at a 63-year-old version of myself standing there in front of the bed with a book in her hand. And there's some other data in the details of what I'm wearing and whatnot, but they're sort of superfluous. So we'll just stay with the fact that, again, I had come into a moment, into an experience from the past, from when I am 63 years old, into the now, this very time, to visit myself. And I'm still integrating the concepts, the white shirt and black pants, my standard yoga teaching uniform, the book in my hand, the fact that I'm in this room and by the bed and facing the bed, just looking at myself. Although from my point of view outside the door, I never see my sleeping self in an out-of-body experience. I may see an impression where there appears to be someone in the bed, but I won't see my physical body. And then the next time it happened was just after this, just a few days ago. Maybe it's been weeks now. So I'm having an out-of-body experience, and in this out-of-body experience, I travel to my 15-year-old self. And this is at my dad's house, and my room is upstairs, and I am outside the window looking in. There are two men with me, one on the right, one on the left. The one on the left is fully active and engaged with me, dialoguing with me, giving information to me about this, and the other is just simply holding space. And I'm looking inside the room. I'm in the bed, I'm laying face down, and I'm in an OBE. And I have a perception from so many points, it's hard to make sense of sometimes. But I'm aware from the point outside the window. I'm aware from within my 15-year-old self. The experience I'm having from within my 15-year-old self is one of visitations. Okay, so I'm visited by the ETs a lot. That began right off the cuff with me. And I have a nurse here with me, and let's see, blood samples are being taken, skin and hair samples are being taken, and I'm being tested for a particular disorder. And I know which one this is. I'm asking from outside the window what it is I'm being tested for, and I'm told. And this is a healing in itself. So I'm being tested, and if the situation is present, it's also co-simultaneously being corrected. This has always been the case with me. As an adult, I have never walked myself into a doctor's office, into a conventional doctor's office, and I never will. The idea in this lifetime is to stay away from that myself. Okay, so anyway, these are just 3 examples of myself, of an older version of myself visiting a younger version of myself. And yeah, why am I doing this? Why am I time traveling to myself while in an expanded state, so that I can be aware from both points? If not, to, isn't this what may happen when we begin to graduate? Some people would say ascend. We go out and into gathering up all of ourselves. Is that what is happening, or is there more to the story? I know that it can be said that in all dreams, lucid dreams, out-of-body experience, it could be said that we're time traveling, but this is more specific. This is time traveling to myself in very specific points in time in which I'm, again, awake, alert, and in an expanded state, in an out-of-body experience. It seems so that I can be aware from both points of the meeting. Has this ever happened with you? Is this something that you ever caught yourself doing while exploring? What have you come up with? Why are you doing it? Why do you think I'm doing it? Let me hear your ideas.